took a loss to Theodore in the Region 1 matchup, 17-10.
Both these teams here tonight, 2-1, should be very interesting. Fairhope has beaten the Warriors for the past 2 consecutive years, but the Warriors really coming in here with a chip on their shoulder, ready to get a win here for homecoming.
Absolutely, and even the Davidson Warriors record against Fairhope is 7-22. So apparently we just have a tough time against the Pirates. But we were looking at Tim Johnson to have some big yards today. Colby Blunt, obviously, Jonathan Whitfield. We're looking for our defense to also step up and stop the passing game. We're looking for the senior leadership of Jalen Harris and Jason Williams. Now, Jalen Harris has had some excellent games this season. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown against Baker and an interception. Jason Williams also had an interception, but last game against McGill, his special teams play was lacking. He dropped 2 punts, and they gave up the ball in those possessions.
Now, I think both teams' field goal game here tonight is going to be very interesting. Both of the kickers on each team very good. Joseph Montano kicking for 50 yards in the last game, or in the game against Baker. Fairhope also making a 52-yard field goal against Theodore.
Special teams are a huge part of the game, Jackson. And field goals might be the difference here tonight. We might see a scoreline of 21-28. We might even see a 10-7 scoreline thanks to the field goal kickers. It all just depends on the defense.
I'm looking forward to going to overtime here tonight, Jaden.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Jackson?
Yes, it would. We have the Warriors taking the field over the Bulldog end zone. Don't get confused. Neither of these teams are the Bulldogs or the Jaguars. Ladd is hosting the Gulf Coast Challenge this weekend for historically black colleges to come in for a tournament.
Davidson's captains tonight are Daniel Thompson, DeAndre Moore, Sam Walker, and tonight's Sam Walker's first game under center. So we can see some big things from him tonight. They come back from an injury, and we also might see Jaquan Scott playing offensive line tonight. Now he's a big fella, Jackson, so let's hope he ruffles some feathers down there.
I'm definitely looking for a good offensive line from Davidson, really help Tim Johnson execute those throws. He does struggle under pressure a little bit, read the field a little bit, have that extra time to read the field, and really get that ball to his wide receivers.
Absolutely. And as I said before, defense is going to be a big part of this game. Tim Johnson threw 2 interceptions against McGill. Now, 2 interceptions is not a game-changing amount, but tonight, with the offense having to work an overdrive and the defense is having to preserve every possession they can get, we really have to see no turnovers from either team. Whichever team turns the ball over the most, that team is going to lose.
I think we're definitely going to have to see high discipline from each team tonight. I think the most disciplined team is going to be the winning team here tonight. Fundamental things. You can't drop passes against a team like Davidson or Fairhope. Definitely, you can't afford turnovers here tonight.
This is a strong Region 1 rivalry, Jackson. They're both 2-1 in the region, 2-2 overall, losing to non-regional teams of Meridian. And we're going to see a good game tonight.
Yes, we will. We see both teams taking the field. Fairhope lining up behind their side. Davidson preparing to line up behind theirs. The Davidson band has taken the field pregame, so we can present the homecoming court presentation for you halftime.
I mean, if football's a game of numbers, I would say these teams are pretty much even in the size of their rosters. But it's not. It's about heart, Jackson. So hopefully Davidson wants to win more than Fairhope does.
Hopefully on their homecoming night. Very interesting. You see Fairhope take the field. The Pirates storming Ladd-Peebles Stadium. Several banners. They have a lot of school spirit here tonight. A lot of posters over there for the Pirates. They're really dominating the poster game.
I mean, that is a strong game to dominate.
Little cycle out. We have the Warriors take the field here tonight, storming the field, surrounded by the Davidson band. A lot of support for him here tonight. The student section going wild. We have a few Azalea trailmates from Davidson High School here tonight to support the Warriors.
And Fairhope also turned out tonight. A little 30-minute drive across the bay, but they came in numbers.
Quick little drive, no big deal. It should be very interesting. Well, they came for a good game, hopefully.
It'll be a great game,
We'll
Jackson.
have to see.
We're not hoping for an Alabama-Ole Miss game tonight. We're hoping for a LSU-Auburn game.
Oh, yeah. Nail-biter. Well, hopefully it might be a little Alabama-Ole Miss favoring Davidson.
They do a lineup for kickoff.
They will. The Pirates already taking the field. Davidson taking the field.
It looks like Fairhope is going
it.
to receive first.
Joseph Montano ready to show us that leg he's got. Very impressive, as we've seen in previous games. We saw him a little warming up, hitting it from around the 40, the 50-yard line. He was doing all right. Wasn't sinking him, but
I mean,
for a high school kicker.
He had the distance, but he was missing him left. So hopefully that doesn't translate into his game tonight, because we definitely need him. The lineup for the kick.
Straight down the field, right into the end zone. Pirates are going to fair catch it, take it from the 25.
Now, for those of you unaware of the rule, if at high school, if a kick is fielded in the end zone, or even if you go in the end zone when the kick is kicked, then it's a touchback. Automatically, you can't run out of the end zone.
Absurd. It's ridiculous. We're going to have a talk with the officials about that. I think that's a serious problem.
A quick rule change in the middle of the game, Jackson?
Yeah. We're going to have to adjust that. We're going to have to use our media power.
You know, it's just great. I mean, a good Thursday night matchup. A little bit of Thursday night football, Jackson.
Okay, and it looks like the Pirates lining up for their first drive. High snap. Drops it. Taken down at the 5. Not a good start for the Pirates here tonight.
That's all we need to know right there, Jackson. First play of the game. High snap from the center. Fairhope lost 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen last year. So we could see some inexperienced people tonight.
It's definitely going to be an advantage for the Warriors.
So the Warriors take advantage of the inexperience, the young team.
That was a problem for Davidson last year. The center snaps, just couldn't get it to Tim Johnson, always high. Let's hope that doesn't happen here tonight. Looks like a little confusion on the field. They line back up. Trying to start over. 2nd and 15. Looks like he's going to run out wide. Toss it out wide. Run up to about the 15. Regain those lost yards, plus some.
A little play-action pass. That's Davidson's forte right there is a play-action pass. And, it's just a layoff. And it works perfectly for him.
Looks like Fairhope's going to give Davidson a taste of their own medicine here tonight.
Maybe Davidson needs that to finally figure out how to run that play efficiently every time and get the big yardages.
And it looks like it'll be 3rd and 15. Line it up.
They line up with a deep safety in Rashard Kaiser. He had a great game against Baker, too. Forced fumble and an interception.
Now, we're really trying to watch the Fairhope passing game here tonight. It is one of the better passing games in the region. Very good receivers. Quarterback, fairly accurate. If he can get the ball to him, they're lethal.
Another excellent tackle by cornerback Daniel Thompson.
And it looks like they'll bring the special teams out already. Unsuccessful drive here for the Pirates.
We do see Jason Williams line up for a punt return. Now, last week he did drop 2, so hopefully that doesn't translate to this game either. I mean, we really need to catch these and return it back. We might see a fake.
Nice kick. Bouncing around the 45. Taking to the 50. And we are going to bring you down to our sideline reporter, Kyla Thomas, on the sideline.
Welcome to the Warrior Network. I'm here tonight at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. You have our DHS football team going against Fairhope. This is a great atmosphere. And everyone is home because tonight is home. Tomorrow we have our home. Everyone's coming in, so everyone's pretty out here and cheering our boys tonight. They're pretty doing a it's only like job. It's only like 2 minutes in. Amazing job and keeping it great and everything else. Doing everything else to make sure our boys support so they can have an outstanding against Fairhope. Now you can only get down here on the side to me, Kyla Thomas, the Warriorville Network.
That was an excellent jet sweep by Jonathan Whitfield. He picked up about 4 yards, but that was a lot of running for 4 yards, wasn't it?
Deep out wide, fighting for every yard he could get. Got a solid gain of about 4. That'll bring us to second down. They'll run it right up the middle. Get him right short of a first down, about to the 40.
And those runs are Kobe Blunt's forte, trying to find the hole in the middle. And wow, that's an interesting substitution. We see Jalen Harris come on for the offense. We can only speculate about what's happened here. What do you think he's going to do, Jackson?
Well, I'm very interested to see what they're going to do. I don't want to speculate too much.
He's lining up in the fullback position.
Looks like they'll hand it off. Small gain. It's a dogfight. And let's see if he'll get it. It'll be close.
That was an interesting play from Davidson all over. I mean,
the Warriors trying to punch in that last little yard for a field goal. The Pirates fighting right back.
They went on a different count. So the center said hike, and they didn't hike it to try to force a false start, and they almost did. Or an offsides, my bad, an offsides, and they didn't get the offsides. And then Tim almost fumbled the handoff. So, I mean, it still works in Davidson's favor, so that's wonderful.
And it looks like that'll be a first down for the Warriors. They hand it off to Kobe Blunt once again, runs out wide. Ducking and dodging the Pirates. Escaped about 3 tackles right there, getting him all the way to the 25.
Kobe Blunt is the king of the cutback. I mean, the way he cuts in and out of the defense is it's phenomenal.
I think I counted about 3 or 4 right there alone, just one after another.
His elusiveness is really what gets him his big yards. I mean, he's a power back to the extent of he's not Derrick Henry, but he's definitely worth watching. I mean,
well, that'll bring the Warriors to 1st and 10 down at the 25. Let's see if the Pirates can start him. It looks like they'll pass out wide, dropped.
That's a tough break.
That is something we need to avoid, or that is something the Warriors need to avoid.
That's a drop by Dennis Hamilton. Unfortunate.
The Warriors definitely need to work on getting the ball to the receivers so they can make those key yards. A serious problem they've been having is just overthrowing the ball, not quite keeping their hands on the ball. Fundamental things like that are really costing the Warriors a lot this season.
I agree. As an offense, they need to capitalize on every single possession they can get.
They'll hand it off for what looks like maybe a 1-yard gain.
A decent run by Jonathan Whitfield, getting the yards back. There's nothing more you can ask for. In that situation, the linebackers are blitzing, and they know they're blitzing to the gaps. They're going to hit you as soon as you get the ball. And he managed to get a couple yards.
And it looks like that'll bring us to 3 and 9. Excuse me for the words. It looks like they'll go for it. Now, Joseph Montano perfectly capable of kicking it from this distance.
He did miss a couple of these from this distance before, Jackson, against Baker.
Looks like they'll look for the pass. Couldn't quite get his hands on it right again. Looks like they ran almost the exact same play as before. The same result. Couldn't quite keep his hands on it.
That drop was by junior DeAdrian Portlock. A little unfortunate. Davis's receivers need to get their head in the game. That's 2 drops already and key plays. They could have gotten 7 to 8 yards on those plays, and they couldn't capitalize. I mean, capitalization is going to word we're going to use bigger tonight.
Looks like we're going to see a lot of Kobe Blunt here tonight. Joseph Montano taking the kick.
Has a leg.
Little high, and
That's
it
in.
is good. 3-2 nothing here at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. The Warriors kicking a field goal to take the lead in the first quarter with 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
An early lead is a great thing, Jackson. So I am extremely happy with the Warriors' first drive. Little drop passes here and there, but
Throughout this game, they should be good to go.
hopefully we see some defensive superstars tonight as Rashard Kaiser, Jason Williams. You know, there are so many great players on the defense. Davidson has strong defensive backs. They are great tacklers. They are quick. Even some defensive linemen are really fast too. You have some dime backs who are fast, and Reggie and Gavin Hinn. So the defense is just strong. Everything about the defense is strong.
It looks like the Pirates will get another chance at a drive here tonight. Hopefully they can be a little more successful. Joseph Montano lining up to make the kick.
I don't know what the holdup is, but now he is lining.
He's taking his time.
Absolutely.
A little farther to the left. High kick down to the corner of the end zone.
See, there's that rule in play again, and that's why Joseph Montano is such a great field goal kicker, place kicker. He understands the rule, and he gets the ball in the end zone and forces that touchback.
He keeps the Pirates on their side of the field, that's for sure. Not making it into the Warriors' field at all here tonight.
No reason to give him good field position for any means.
Let's see if they can change that in their second drive. 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Plenty of time for anyone.
Devin Mitchell, the senior, is lining up. We do see.
Looks like they'll hand it off. Attempts to run it out wide. Cut short. Be a loss of about a yard. Taken down at the 20.
Great talk about Carnell Sexton, the nose guard. This is exactly what we need from Davidson tonight. Force the pass game and have great coverage. Davison's defensive backs are reliable. So
they have a lot of receivers up high here on your screen.
Jason Williams is going to the role of cornerback right now, as they did not have enough cornerbacks already to cover the receivers. A little delay snap. Oh,
high snap once again. Pass out wide. Barely caught by his fingertips.
I think it might have hit the ground first, Jackson. They are really good to catch. That was a great catch nonetheless. I mean,
that'll be a first down here for the Pirates.
That was a great play.
As far down the field as they've been tonight.
That's their first down. It is a second drive, but it is the first down.
Let's see if they can continue that forward progress as I line up.
How intimidating do you think that Davidson's defense is?
Ooh! The Pirates stopped in their tracks as they attempt to run it up the middle, taken down by the Warriors. A nasty-looking tackle.
Met right at the line of scrimmage, and there was a fumble in the play, but unfortunately it was recovered by the Pirates.
That was brutal by the Davidson defense.
That was either that had to have been one of two linebackers. It was either the guy we're going to talk about so much tonight, Jalen Harris.
Now that is the result of Coach Eubanks, our defensive coordinator. Sean Smith, quoted on the radio this morning, credits a lot of his team success to his assistant coaches, saying that the head coach usually takes a lot of the credit, but it's a lot of their hard work that is the success of this team. It looks like the quarterback will be driven out wide. He'll attempt to run it, forced out of bounds with almost no gain.
There's a flag on the play. I don't know who this flag could be for, Jackson, but
I don't know.
We can only assume it's on the Davidson defense.
I would say it was on the Davidson defense. It looks like they might have been a little too aggressive on the quarterback in there, maybe reaching for his collar.
It's one of the NFL roughing the passer calls,
yeah.
You think?
Definitely on the Davidson defense. We'll have to see what it was all about.
Kickoff personal foul called against the Davidson Warriors. 1st and 10, Pirates.
That does just have the first down marker, making it 1st and 10 for the Pirates on the 50-yard line.
Well, half of the Fairhope Pirates' first downs, the result of Davidson mess-ups. Now, we saw this against Baker, and I hope we won't continue to see this throughout the night. The Warriors giving up yards on fundamental little things, such as first downs, or not first downs, excuse me, such as penalties and such that are just a result of unnecessary mess-ups with fundamentals.
Absolutely. Penalties kill defenses, Jackson. They kill offensive lines, they kill defenses. This game, well lost between 3 things. Consistency of the offenses, mistakes on defense, and special teams. So, I think we're just going to see a great game tonight, but Dave's defense is looking good, except the penalty. The penalty was really costly, and it shouldn't have happened.
Now the Pirates finally getting in positive territory here tonight. Hopefully they can continue that a little bit, push farther into the Davidson half of the field.
Devin Mitchell is definitely a player to watch on the Pirates. He is their quarterback, and he's extremely versatile, as we can see. He will come out of the pocket, and he will rush for yards.
Definitely is. He's ran for a total of 116 yards this season. High snap, passes it out wide, taken down. Davidson defense just swarming these receivers here tonight. A gain of about 1 yard. 2nd and 8 with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. The Pirates trailing by 3.
The way Davidson rushed toward the ball and just they attacked the ball handler so well that it's hard to gain yards after a catch. I mean, we're not playing Julio Jones out here. These are high school receivers, but we're definitely containing them very well.
Most certainly the Warriors are doing a good job on defense, nipping that passing game in the bud. High snap again. Looks like they'll hand it off. Attempt to run it up the middle. Solid gain, down to about the 45.
He was
probably the most yards gained by any run by the Pirates so far.
And he was eaten by Cardinal Sexton. I mean, absolutely just demolished. If that big man wraps his arms around you, you're not running anywhere. Let's be real here. He's a great nose guard.
That'll bring the Pirates to 3 and 7. Hopefully they can rely on that 3rd down offense to get them this first down.
3rd and 7 is a lot of yards a game, Jackson. We might see a pass rush here from Davidson Warriors.
I definitely think we'll see a flick out wide. Oh, no. The receiver's going deep. Looks like he's looking down the field to a wide open Pirate. Down to the 10, and it looks like he'll tiptoe into the end zone. Touchdown for the Pirates here tonight.
Now, we knew we were going to see some offensive yards from the Pirates, especially from the passing game. And that was an excellent slant route from their receiver. And an even better throw from their amazing quarterback, Devin Mitchell.
No one covering him as he just walks right into the end zone. The Pirates take the lead here tonight towards the end of the first quarter, 6-3.
There's a little senior-on-senior action from Devin Mitchell to Jackson Turner.
And it looks like the extra kick will be good. 7-3. Not looking too good for the Warriors. Headed towards the end of the first quarter.
Well, the Warriors know where they have to work on from that drive, and I think they'll work on it. I think they drop back into zone coverage on that, or someone messed up their coverage from man and did not pick up the receiver, and it cost them big.
It definitely did. Let's hopefully see this Davidson special teams come out and get some serious yards. Hopefully not drop any returns. Fundamental things like that are really what's costing Davidson a lot of yards in this game so far.
Penalty yards are definitely a killer, and hopefully we don't see any more. Kobe Blunt and Jonathan Whitfield are going back to return the kick. I would say two of the most elite kick returners in the county.
They've been very good this year.
Definitely two of the better running backs in the county.
Let's see. Pirates lining up for the kick. High and in the end zone. They just let it bounce out. That'll
That
bring
kicker
it to-
just used his leg and just said, "I'm gonna kick as far as I can and see what happens." That was Samuel Rayborn on the kick.
Now, the Pirates having an excellent kicker here tonight. Definitely rivaling Joseph Montano, both with extremely strong and accurate legs.
We see a senior Lewis Herman lining up toward the
He
left
is
hash mark.
eager to get out on that field.
Absolutely, he was the first one out there. Great senior leadership.
Tim Johnson passing it to him first. No wonder he was out there.
Now-
Great gain.
Now we see why he was out there so quick. He just knew where the ball was coming.
He knew it
As
was
he
about
jumped
to
on
get
the
it.
field, there might be a problem with Lewis. Maybe he's landed on an ankle wrong or something. Hopefully, he'll be A-okay.
They brought him out just to gain those first few yards. They'll bring him back out when they need him again. Like the Warriors setting down for their second down of this drive.
Help
Hand it
Blunt.
off to Colby Blunt. Runs up for the first down with 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
That is a key first down, Jackson. There's nothing more demoralizing to an offense than a 3-and-out. So, Colby Blunt get the 3 or 4 yards he needed.
Davidson really needing to keep up these quick first downs in the first or second down if they want to march down the field. Nice snap. Handed off to Colby Blunt. Runs right up the middle. Taken down. A gain of about 6 yards.
I think we should run some play action passes now, Jackson. Soften up the defense for Colby Blunt again. Having a great running game is amazing, but if you don't have a passing game to back it up, it's going to be hard to score touchdowns against a Fairhope defense.
It definitely is. Let's see what Davidson can do. Second and 7.
They almost are offside.
Taking their time.
Tim Johnson calls an audible.
Hands it off to Colby Blunt. Runs up the middle. Breaks away down the field at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, and he will march down into the end zone, answering the Pirates' touchdown. Touchdown for the Davidson Warriors.
Well, that is just vintage Colby Blunt right there.
I didn't think he could break away from that last one, but he managed to.
Look, the real question is, Jackson, would you draft Colby Blunt first pick in your fantasy draft?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, after a run like that, breaking so many tackles, and honestly just exposing so many defensive backs in that one run, that just makes you wonder, how good is Colby Blunt compared to some college running backs? I think he can make it.
Really coming out with a great response to Fairhope's touchdown. That'll bring the Warriors 9, Fairhope Pirates 7, with a little over 2 minutes left to go. The extra kick is good. Davidson Warriors 10 to the Fairhope Pirates 7.
So Colby Blunt, the multi-sport running back, does dominate another running game here tonight against Fairhope.
I was really looking for steady, consistent yards down the field by Colby Blunt and Lewis Herman. Just quick throws out wide. But breakaways like that are what really separate Davidson from a lot of the teams here in the region.
I think it's safe to assume that Colby Blunt almost has 100 yards already. That was a 60-yard run, and I think he gained 20 or 30 yards his first possession, his first drive. So I think he's on the way to a great amount of yards tonight against Fairhope.
Let's see what the Pirates come out and say to that. Joseph Montano.
He loves taking his time with these.
Psychological game a little bit.
He's icing the return team.
Deep kick all the way to the end zone. I don't think we're going to see many return kicks here tonight.
Absolutely not. It is a strategic play to not let them return it. And Andre Doucette knows that. The senior linebacker returning the kicks for Fairhope. His seniority is showing now. He tried to keep it out of the end zone, and unfortunately, a kick like that, you just can't.
The Pirates, 1st and 10 from the 20. And they really need to work on these snaps. They've been really high lately. Let's hopefully they dial that down a little bit.
I think their center's just scared of Carnell Sexton is what it is.
Solid snap on the first drive. Runs it out wide. Up to the 30. Up to the 40. Almost pulling a Colby Blunt right there. Almost to about the 45. He's shoved out by the Davidson defense.
I mean, very little people in this game are Colby Blunt. Darnell Bell is no exception. The senior running back gets a great gain, but Davidson defensive backs always catch up. And a great tackle.
First and 10 from the 50. The Fairhope Pirates on their third drive of the game here tonight. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the first quarter.
Sorry, Jackson, we have a little trouble every now and then talking, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
So we have Rashard Kaiser with another deep safety.
Looks like the quarterback will sneak here a little bit. Runs it up to the 40, 35. That's where those yards come in. We said earlier he's run for a total of 116 yards this season. Things like that are really helping the Fairhope Pirates here tonight.
So another great run by Devin Mitchell. I mean, he is a veteran on this team. We knew he was going to come out with a great game tonight. He's telling the Warriors, you know what, we're not stepping down. We know you have a great running back, but guess what, I can run the ball too. Little Cam Newton action from the quarterback.
He's out there running it like he's a running back, not backing down at all.
Arguably better than – he's running the ball better than their –
Oh, and it looks like
absolutely
Davidson
destroyed.
Forced the fumble from the quarterback, and it is received by the Pirates.
They blindsided him on that one. I mean, great tackle by Daniel Thompson. And someone else. Cedric Johnson.
Get the name.
My fault.
Let's hope the Pirates can regain those lost yards.
You know he felt that one in the ribs. He's going to feel that one tomorrow too, Jackson. I mean, absolutely took a hit.
Flag on the play. Looks like that must be offsides.
Offsides or false start, Jackson? I really don't know what it could be. We might see an illegal formation. 12 men on the field for defense. We don't know.
It looks like that'll be on the Pirates. Pushed back even further.
That is not what you want.
Not looking good.
Two huge runs break out for the Pirates. And then they go put back 20 yards from a demolishing sack and a key mental error from the offensive line.
2nd and 24 here for the Pirates. Let's hope they can regain those yards. Not looking too good. It looks like they're looking to throw it deep. High throw, almost intercepted by the Warriors.
See, Rashard Kaiser, when he is a senior, he might be the best safety in Mobile County. He absolutely just reads the ball very well. He was coming up to hit the receiver. He didn't expect the wide receiver to drop the ball. He might have pulled a little Davidson there.
Looks like he was taken by surprise. Went up for the ball, couldn't quite keep his hands on it.
Now they're going to run a prevent kind of defense where they're not going to let him get much yards. You know, they have 24 yards to give up. They might let him get 20, but guess what? The 4 yards is 4 yards.
We're looking for another deep throw by the Pirates.
Gavin Hitt did just come into the game at outside linebacker.
So looking deep down the side. He went up for it and caught it. Let's see what they'll rule on that. Incomplete. Wait, no, complete, excuse me. That'll take the Fairhope Pirates all the way down to the 13. An amazing last-minute play to save this drive.
And there's a flag on the play. It's pass interference, but we don't know if it's on the defense or offense. We're trying to find out what's happening right now. It must be on the defense. I mean, they had him locked up, but he just went up and caught it. I mean,
the Pirates with ideal position here. The 13th yard line, 1st and 10. Doesn't get much better than this. They are really posed for another touchdown. And it looks like the quarterback will try and run it up, taken down right on the line of scrimmage.
Another quarterback run. They're really just using their quarterback at this point. It's a great strategy, but how many hits can this quarterback take? He took one of the ribs earlier this drive. He just took another hit to his legs. I'm sure he's getting tired out there.
Looking at his stats, it looks like he can take quite a few.
Fortunately, he's A-okay, but
2nd and 10 at the 13. And he's looking to throw it in the end zone. Just short. Couldn't quite keep his hands on it.
that is excellent defense from Jason Williams. I cannot state enough how much of a key part Jason Williams and Jalen Harris are to this defense. Senior leadership is everything. And that was amazing coverage. You had Rashard Kaiser backing him up. And we almost came up with a pick in the end zone, which would have been ideal for the Davidson Warriors.
Let's see what the Pirates can do here. 3rd and 10 at the 13. We're looking for big plays towards the end zone. The quarterback will run it once again. Almost breaking away. Just short of a first down.
He was demolished by Rashard Kaiser again. The safeties are going for the legs tonight, boys. I mean, there's nothing else we can say other than this Davidson team knows how to tackle.
It looks like they're going to bring their special teams out, go for the kick.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Davidson 10, Fairhope 7. Now, if you were to summarize this quarter, Jackson, I think it would be fair to say passing yards for Fairhope, rushing yards for Davidson, and not a whole lot of defense from either side.
Well, let me tell you, it's been a very exciting first quarter, and we're going to bring you down to Kyla on the sideline to explain how.
Unfortunately, we have some technical difficulties from Jackson, so he will momentarily join us. So I'm going to be your play-by-play guy for about 5 minutes. They do line up for the field goal kick. And this is interesting. This will tie the game. I didn't realize how key that defensive play was from Jason Williams. Excellent field goal kick. And just overall, this Fairhope team is not backing down from a fight. Samuel Rayburn with a field goal kick, an extra point, and 2 great kickoffs. There's nothing more you can ask for from a special teams guy. So right now is a game of 2 players, Devin Mitchell and Colby Blunt. And we all know Colby Blunt's going to show up every game. But Devin Mitchell's having maybe the game of his life. So we're looking forward to more of him tonight too.
We most certainly are, Jaden. I'm looking to see a lot of big plays from him, a lot of yards. The start of the second quarter, we are tied right now. The Pirates 10, the Warriors 10. It should be a very interesting second quarter. It most certainly was a very interesting first quarter. A lot of touchdowns, a lot of setbacks, and a lot of regained yards.
100%. I can't agree with you more, Jackson. This first quarter has been defensive mistakes from Davidson. And when they weren't making mistakes, they were making clutch plays.
Some serious offensive mistakes made by the Pirates. But they definitely regained them, brought them back to a successful drive. Deep kick by the Pirates. Be taken at the 20 by the
He
Warriors.
almost made it through the uprights, Jackson. I mean, that kid has a leg on him.
It certainly does, kicking a 52-yard field goal against Theodore last week.
Right you are, Jackson. And we see Davidson's offense lineup. Tim Johnson, Jaden Jordan, Colby Blunt. So key players from the first couple of weeks, Jaden Jordan, Colby Blunt, and Jonathan Whitfield. Unfortunately, we got Tim back for the last 2 games. Hasn't been doing too bad. Let's hope he gets a great start tonight.
Nice snap. Ran right up the middle by Colby Blunt. Down to about the 30, not much gain.
Colby Blunt's an explosive player. He's going to bust through the holes. We got to find him some breakaway holes. He's got to find those holes. And we have to rely on Tim Johnson to make the right calls and the right decisions when he is passing the football.
I think it's really up to that offensive line to create some holes for Colby Blunt here. They really need to force their way, get Colby Blunt through that line.
And that's what makes Colby Blunt so good. They give him the smallest hole, and he's going to run through it.
Looks like they'll toss it out wide to Colby Blunt. A gain of about 3 yards.
They had a little option there. And Timothy Johnson with a, I don't know the diagnosis of the ACL. I know that he has a problem with it. And he might get surgery at the end of the season, but I don't think he's looking to run the football that much. Not looking to agitate it, and definitely not looking to make it more severe.
Yeah, not much activity from Tim Johnson. He's really been sitting back in the pocket. Quick passes out wide, or handing it off to Colby Blunt. Looks like he'll attempt to hand it off again, toss it out wide again. Unsuccessful.
That is a 3rd drop pass. This time coming from the star playmaker himself, Colby Blunt. Coach Smith at halftime has got to address the situation with drop passes. They are giving up clutch yardage. We need a punt team come on now. And it's ridiculous, for lack of a better word, that the amount of passes Davidson has dropped.
Davidson has stayed within the 25-yard line this entire drive. Not much gain. Having to bring out Joseph Montano. Hopefully attempt to pin the Pirates back in their own field.
And we do see Joseph Montano as the punter and kicker, which is not uncommon in high school.
A relatively short kick down to about the 50.
He calls a fair catch relatively early, Jackson. I think he just assumed the worst from that kick. Unreturnable.
Well, that'll bring the Pirates to some fairly good field position here tonight in their first drive of second quarter.
Hey, at least we're keeping the defense on our toes. Davison's defense is already out there lined up and ready. I mean, there's nothing more than the tail of the tape here from Davison's defense. They're the first ones to be out there. They play harder than everyone else, and they work hard. And I think that's what makes us just a phenomenal team all around. We can rely on our running game. Our passing game might be spotty a couple of nights, but it's good. And our defense has always been great. Davison's defense has always been great.
Looks like the Pirates will hand it off. Run it up to the 45. Consistent yards for the Pirates. Let's see if they can carry that through the rest of this drive.
They might go for another run, being so close to the right hash mark. They might go for a left outside run here. They do have a strong side tight end on the left. We could see a run. Maybe even a quarterback run.
That is not unlikely. Looks like they'll hand it up to run it up the middle. Still consistent yards for the Pirates. Looks like it could possibly be a first down.
It's close. They might have to metaphorically bring out the chains on this one, Jackson.
That'll bring them to 3rd and 1, I believe.
3rd and inches, more like it, Jackson. That's right there.
Extremely close.
Little quarterback draw up the middle is probably what they're going to go for to get that 1 yard.
Quarterback running out wide. Looks like he'll be taken down in the backfield. He escapes. Flushed out. Runs up the middle. Touchdown. Runs all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, the Fairhope Pirates.
Little Johnny
Very
Manziel
interesting
action
play.
right there. That was a little Johnny Manziel. A little old school Archie Manning, if you would say. I mean, running out. He probably ran 60 yards.
From the left hash marks. Attempted to run up the middle. Through the line. Couldn't quite make it. backtracks back around through the backfield and goes up the right side of the field.
That's probably a 60, 70-yard run for 30, 40 yards. I mean, he's tired after that.
Well, he's just adding to his stats here tonight, getting those rush yards down, and the extra kick is good. The Fairhope Pirates 17, Davidson Warriors 10.
9:48 remaining in the second quarter.
9 minutes left in the second quarter.
The Fairhope Pirates 17.
So this game was as predicted, Jackson. A high-scoring affair, many offensive yards. AO.com could have written this one better.
Yes, I think it'll be very close here tonight. I'm looking to see the Davidson Warriors come right back on the field, score a touchdown. It's just been a back-and-forth game here with the Pirates and the Warriors.
Absolutely, Jackson. And I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Devin Mitchell tonight. I know we are broadcasters for the Warriors, but Devin Mitchell is just one of those exciting players that you like watching. You know, being an Alabama fan, we get to see the most exciting players. Whenever they play Clemson, it's always good to see more talent on the other side of the football too. So,
Most certainly.
and we even have Colby Blunt and Jonathan Whitfield, as usual, fielding this kickoff.
Okay, let's see. They line up to hopefully make the return. It will most likely be kicked down to the end zone.
I give it a 0.01% chance it's not going to be kicked in the end zone.
That sounds about right. Taking their time lining up for the kick.
Sam Braithorn to kick off for the Fairhope
We do
Pirates.
see a little bit of confusion from Davidson on the kickoff team.
Warriors finally getting out on the field. Looks like they're ready. High and deep. Almost out of bounds.
I mean, I am no mathematician, but I think I was right with the 0.01% stat. I mean, he almost made that in the uprights again. We might see a D1 college from this kid. I mean, the only problem is his kicks are long and straight, which doesn't give you much time. That if he doesn't kick it in the end zone, it's gonna be big yards for Colby Blunt or Jonathan Whitfield because they get the ball relatively quick. If you kick it high, then it gives you more time for the defenders to get there and tackle the receiver.
Okay, let's see if the Warriors can come out and answer that touchdown scored by the Pirates. Tim Johnson ready to move down the field, looking for the pass. Taken, flushed out of the pocket, tripping. It looks like it's on his own feet, down for a loss of about 3 yards.
Looked like he had two left feet there, Jackson. I mean, he was looking for the run, looking for the pass too. Colby Blunt tried to get open, but they know they have to blitz. Fairhope is blitzing every play. Colby Blunt's going to run the football, and if they don't, then they catch Tim Johnson off guard.
Let's see if they can recover those yards. Looks like they'll hand it off. Taken down once again. Can't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage.
We would have to see a deep pass here just because Colby Blunt's great, but 12 yards is a hard run for one rush, especially against this young but great coached Fairhope defense.
I'd say we're looking for a pass by Tim Johnson, but I wouldn't bet on it. They have not been very successful in the passing game at all here tonight. We're going to see,
It looks like a pass.
if any pass, a flick out to the wide receiver. All right, to the running back, excuse me. Looks like he's rushed out of the pocket, passing it downfield. Couldn't quite get there, overthrown. That's a story we've seen again and again here for the Warriors.
He was open. He had open field. It was just him and Jesus out there, but, Tim Johnson with the overthrow again.
Looks like they'll bring the special teams out on the field. Couldn't even quite make it to a first down. Joseph Montano will be forced to kick it from the 12-yard line.
That is 2 3-and-outs from Davidson right here. Those are key 3-and-outs. I think it's too early to say they decided the game, but if Fairhope scores here, that might be the momentum they need to keep going.
Well, there's plenty of time with 8 minutes left in the first half. Low snap. Looks like there's a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
That might have been Gavin Hen with the false start. Pardon me. It is false start on Gavin Hen, the junior.
Finally getting out on
Outside
the field.
linebacker.
Gavin Hen is not looking too good, costing the Warriors precious yards, being pushed back to the
17 yards to go for Davidson.
The first 3 games, Gavin Hen was a wrecking ball in the defense, but the last 3 games, he's been not worrisome, but he's been looking pretty bad. So hopefully he can step it up tonight.
making the kick. Ball heading around the 45.
Fair catch called
Looks like
by
they'll take it
Bradley.
at around the 47.
First and 10, Fairhope. On their own
So they get
47
pushed back 5 yards, Jackson, and they still could get farther than they did the first one. So speed and burns Jason Williams. Unfortunately, when you just come up against a player like him, extremely fast, extremely versatile, he's a linebacker, kickoff returner, and wide receiver.
He just straight out ran.
This is going to be the most important drive of the game coming up for Davidson Warriors.
Yes, it will. We'll definitely need to see a touchdown, or at least any points. The extra kick is good. We'll definitely need to see at least 3 points by the Davidson Warriors here after this to maintain what they have going. The Fairhope Pirates 24, Warriors 10 headed into the halftime.
It's not a good look for Davidson, but we definitely need Colby Blunt to go for another breakaway touchdown and just gain some.
Of this game, so these kids could come out and support the Warriors. It looks like we'll see another kick deep into the end zone. The Warriors taking it at the 20.
Rayborn, kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
There's 3 offensive coaches talking to the offense right now, telling them, hey, you have to catch the ball. You know those hands? That's what you use to catch the ball. Use them.
I hope they know. I hope they knew that. I'd be very disappointed if they didn't.
Well, unless tonight they've been malfunctioning, I think.
No, they really haven't. They really need to get their head in the game. Really be there and move towards the football when it's thrown to them.
The wrist tape might be a little too tight tonight.
Looks like they'll hand it off again. Colby Blunt almost breaking away. Looks like he'll be right on the first down.
He just breaks through that middle hole again.
And that will be a first down for the Warriors. Great opening play on this drive for the Warriors. Fake the handoff to Colby Blunt. Thrown out wide.
Excellent
Ran
block.
up the middle. Great yards by the Warriors. And he continues going. The ball's attempted to be stripped. They can't take him down. And he goes down at the
the linebacker.
Let me tell you, he ran right up the middle, or not, excuse me, right up the edge of the field. The blocker attempting to get his hand on the football, rip it out. He stopped dead there, kept his hand on the football.
We do see a flag on the play. I can only assume. I don't know what this is.
Well, for Davidson's sake, I hope it's on the defense because they definitely needed those yards. And it looks like it's on the offense. There'll be personal foul brought all the way back after that tremendous play. That has got to be devastating for the Warriors.
The Warriors aren't looking great tonight.
Fundamental mistakes really costing the Warriors huge plays.
They
As
can push
you can
back
see.
even further now.
That'll bring them to second and 15, a little over 15.
Well, it'll be first down, Jackson.
First.
As I think it was a preemptive foul, like it was an offside or something, false start.
Looks like they'll hand it off. Runs up the side. Breaks away. Keeps going all the way to the 45. A great response by Colby Blunt.
Absolutely, Jackson. Yeah. This thing of running the football, and as we see tonight from Davidson, it's been running the football. With 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter, Davidson needs to step it up right here.
They really do. Quick offense. Hands it off. Taken down in the backfield. Davidson really trying to catch Fairhope there. I mean, snapping the ball before you could even blink. They could not. The Pirates pounced on their runner and took him down back in the backfield.
We're seeing I have no idea.
Timeout.
Official timeout. Timeout taken by an official. A heat-related timeout. So this definitely gives us some great time for Davidson to talk to their team. And we do see Tim Carter, the Fairhope coach, fuming over there in his defense, telling them, guys, you just gave up a 60-yard run, and the referees were kind enough to give it back to us. Give us a second chance, and they break another 15-yard run from Colby Blunt.
Looking good for the Warriors so far. Hopefully they can keep up those big plays. A little over 6 minutes left in the first half. Davidson trailing. Pirates 24, Warriors 10. Most of these students are eager to win this game. Really looking forward to, I'd say, whooping the Pirates, as that did not turn out to be the case here tonight. It looks like it's going to be a very close game.
Winning the game and celebrating tomorrow at homecoming.
And we are going to take you once again down to Kyla on the sideline. Back, bringing you to third down for the Warriors. Not an extremely successful play.
You know, we're positioned right beside the Fairhope defensive coordinator booth. And you can tell they're just screaming right now. They know they cannot stop Colby Blunt, Jonathan Whitfield, and Jaden Jordan, as they are the three key offensive players tonight. And for good reason. I mean, look at their play tonight.
Tim Johnson calling a timeout. Hopefully we can see a big play on 3rd and 12.
Jackson, that might be a little strategic icing the defense. I mean, well, I don't. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works.
Let's see if they can pull the same stuff they pulled on Baker 2 weeks ago. Extremely fast. I think we're going to see a very fast offense from here on out from the Warriors. really trying to catch the Pirates off guard so they can cheat their way into some easy yards.
We just see a little leadership from the Davidson huddle going on. As one of the players, I cannot identify who it is, he's trying to hype up the team, tell them, guys, we're still in this game. 14 points is 14 points. That's 2 times getting in the end zone. And we know the Davidson Warriors can do that easily.
Well, let's see if the Warriors can execute here on the rest of this drive. 3rd and 12 with a little over 5 minutes left in the first half. They have plenty of time to do whatever they need to do.
But now you don't want to give the ball back to Fairhope with too much time left on the clock because we know Devin Mitchell can score.
Deep pass, extremely overthrown. The story of this season with Tim Johnson. Couldn't quite get there, overestimating the speed of his receiver, not estimating the coverage. It is They will not attempt to return it. Fair catch.
Good field position for Davidson's defense, bad field position for Fairhope's offense. So maybe we can get a pick 6, and that would definitely change the momentum of this game. They can get a 1-score game and make it Davidson's defense.
That wouldn't be very
That's
surprising from the Pirates. Interception there. I'm sure they've worked on that going into this game.
We see James Atkins as a cornerback at the Davidson sideline. They're playing more of a pass coverage game right now because they know, hey, we can stop the run game, but we are having a hard time containing this pass offense.
Looks like they'll hand it off. Attempts to go up the middle. Couldn't quite break through. A gain of about 2 yards for the Pirates.
The tackle, I think about Cornell Ruggs, number 33.
That'll take the Pirates to 2nd and 7 with about 4.5 minutes left in the first half.
Little confusion.
Handed off, flag on the
There
play
was a little
immediately.
early movement from the running back on that play. I saw it. I know the referee saw it from that far away. And that's a key clutch 5 yards for Davidson's defense. Offensive mistakes from Davidson and Fairhope have been the tail of the game tonight.
That will cost the Pirates. They're pushed back even further from their not so ideal field position. Push back to about the 16.
Little confusion. I mean,
took the words right out of my mouth.
Is that chemistry, Jackson? We know it's confusion. We know what we are to say.
We know it when we see it. Let's see if they can get this together. Nice snap. And it looks like it was a fumble. Davidson might have recovered. We'll have to see the official call.
Recovery for Davidson Warriors by Eric Bell, number 55, the senior defensive end.
That might not have been great field position for the Pirates, but that is excellent field position for the Warriors. A great play for the morale of this team going in the end of first half.
Now, Jackson, that might not have been a pick 6, but that was a fumble and a fumble recovery for Davidson Warriors. So I'm going to take credit for that one. I'm going to say I called it.
The offense takes the field to hopefully get that ball in the end zone. The defense handing it to him on a silver platter.
No doubt, Jackson.
Let's see what Tim Johnson can do with it. Hands it off immediately.
A little horse collar, but
pushed way back down. Taken in the backfield.
Blunt on the carry. Tackle made by number 14.
Not looking too good for the Warriors.
fortunately, forward progression exists. And we do see Jalen Harris come into the game at offense. You know, isn't it just exciting to see Jalen Harris work his way into the offensive lineup?
It really is. Hopefully we can see some plays by him, especially so close to the end zone.
On the Pirates' 18-yard line.
Jalen Hurts lining up a fullback in the eye.
They'll hand it off. Runs right up the middle all the way to the 10. A great play by the Warriors.
On the carry,
Getting extremely close to the end zone here. Let's hope they can have that final push through with 3 minutes left in the first half.
You know, this really has nothing to do with the running play. But I just wanted to mention that I saw some excellent sportsmanship on the field. Devon Sylvester picked up the man he blocked after the play. And, you know, this is a football game, and tensions do run high. Tensions flare a little bit. But, you know, sportsmanship is always a great thing, Jackson.
Always a good thing to see here tonight and any night in the football field.
A little push from number 30 on the defense and the defensive end. That it has to be an offside for the defense. As we await the call, these are the most anticipated moments in the football game, Jackson. This close to the end zone, and then a flag is called, and we just have to wait on what the ref has to say. Maybe there was a timeout. I think it was a timeout for a substitution. Fortunately for Fairhope, because that was a flag.
Let's see if Davidson can push it through. It looks like he's looking for a pass.
Johnson's pass is intercepted.
Intercepted by the Fairhope Pirates in the end zone.
Touchback, 1st and 10.
He tries for a little jump pass, and it fails
Detrimental play
miserably.
by the Warriors.
He overthrows him for about 7 yards away.
Having a
and-
great opportunity. Tim Johnson just throwing it up high, trying to flick it in the end zone. Receiver couldn't quite get there, scooped up by the Pirates. That has got to be terrible for the Warriors
You never
headed
want to see
into
that.
the halftime.
So now we have to leave it up to the defense to contain them by halftime. 2 minutes left in the half, Jackson. And if we see Fairhope score here, that might be the nail in the coffin.
The Pirates have plenty of time to get down the field.
That might be the sinking of the ship. The Pirates are good at sinking ships, but hopefully it's not the Davidson ship. The Warrior boat. The USS.
I guess we just have, no, I would assume
Warrior.
we have canoes.
Yeah, well, we have
Okay.
the running canoe.
Let's see, they're looking out wide. Pushed back. The Davidson line really getting back there, putting pressure on the quarterback. Forced to throw it away.
Again, another sportsmanship moment in the game. Devin Mitchell does take 181 pounds of pure, just Jalen Harris right to the chest again. Doesn't fall down. I think Jalen kind of contained himself because he understood, you know, you never want to hit a quarterback like that. And they kind of exchanged little words, like, you know, a little, hey, nice hit, because that hurt.
Quick run by the Pirates, taken down for a loss of about 1 yard.
4th and 4, so we might again see Davidson have some good offensive possession. But honestly, Jackson, that's 2-3 and out from Davidson. I don't feel comfortable with this passing game right at the moment. And Fairhope knows the rushing game is going to happen. So our offense is in a bad position. We have to salvage 7 points out of this play or 3 points out of this drive. And we have to go to halftime thinking, hey, we're still in this game. And Coach Smith, the new coach, has to say, he has to take charge and tell his team, he should be that ultimate leader position, and that's to tell his team that we step up and play.
Well, with 2 minutes left in the first half, the Warrior defense definitely has to take a stand and contain these Pirates here tonight in the final minutes of the first half. Let's see if they can contain them.
My mistake is not 4th down. The scoreboard had a little it says it's 0 down right now, so it's actually 3rd down. and
Little
11.
scoreboard malfunction. Flag on the play.
Hopefully
Looks
it's
like
on
it might be on
Fairhope.
the Pirates.
There's a flag on the play.
It's false start on the offense.
False start called against
Not looking too good for the Pirates.
Third down and 16 yards to go for Fairhope. From their own
We have to give it over to Davidson's student section right at the moment. They are keeping themselves in the game. No matter what Davidson does, they are sticking with it, and they are supporting their Warriors.
And it looks like the quarterback will run, and he has plenty of open field in front of him. Pushed out. The Warriors rushing towards him.
This could be bad.
Pushed out just short of the 20. And it looks like he's feeling the result of running. He is down on the sideline. That is nothing you want to see.
Jackson, the last 4 yards of that run was, hopefully it's just a cramp. We definitely don't want to see a hamstring injury, because that's what he's grasping, is a hamstring. So hopefully it's just a cramp. We want to see this explosive player get back in the game. And he looks like he's in pain.
Stretching his legs out a little bit. Nothing you want to see on Thursday night football or Friday night football.
Or Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday night football either. So we're good.
And it
He
looks
stands
like
up.
he will walk off with assistance. Whether he comes back in, well, I would assume he's not going to come back in for the next few plays. They'll bring in their backup.
Well, it is fourth down, so we're going to see a punt. Oh, we see Colby Blunt coming to return the punt. I'm kind of excited for this, Jackson.
Now it looks to where Colby Blunt might have the opportunity to return a little something. Here they're kicking from the 20. 2 minutes left in the first half. Davidson might have the opportunity they need to put some points on the board. Taking their time, getting on the field. Definitely getting prepared.
So let's talk about that injury, Jackson. I think that was a cramp, hopefully. And he might be back at the start of halftime or start of second half.
Well, we'll have to watch out for him. Well, let me tell you, it has been an exciting, I would dare say riveting, first half of this game. Just a complete score fest. Lots of points put up by both teams. But lots of turnovers, lots of penalties. It's been exciting.
34
to say the
combined
least.
points is always fun to watch, Jackson. And being Davidson supporters, it's not turning our way, but as a football fan,
And it looks like it'll go out around the 45.
they really do not like giving Colby the ball, do they?
No, they do not. They'd rather kick it out than let him get his hands on the ball.
I'd rather kick it out than give it to him. I mean, let's be real here.
1 minute, 41 seconds left in the first half. The Warriors have the ball. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So we do see two key setbacks for both teams. We see Lewis Herman with a kind of ankle injury, nothing too major. Someone landed on his ankle, kind of sprained it a little bit. And then we see Devin Mitchell, the workhorse for this Fairhope offense.
It looks like Tim Johnson's looking to pass it. The receiver falling down. Jaden Jordan falling down on the sideline before he could even get there. Ball just going out of bounds.
Honestly, I think he might have overthrown him anyway. That was a very far pass for Jaden Jordan to make anyhow. So
Even with him falling, I don't think he could have gotten there in time. We're looking to see some more passing, hopefully successful passing by the Warriors, and it looks like they will again pass out wide. Incomplete. Laid out. Colby Blunt laid out in the backfield.
that is never something you want to see.
He lays on his stomach
Colby Blunt.
a little bit there. Had us all scared. Took him a while to get up.
Colby Blunt took a hit like that against McGill, and he got the wind knocked out of him. But it was scary. It was a terrifying hit, and hopefully we have nothing like that tonight and nothing like that for the rest of the season.
1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first half.
3rd and 10.
I'm looking to see some third down offense here. Big yards. This is critical for the Warriors. And it looks like Tim Johnson will attempt to throw it. Thrown out of bounds. The intended receiver, Jaden Jordan, couldn't quite get there. His most reliable receiver.
This season so far, definitely the most reliable season. And if I dare say, the most accurate quarterback this season, too.
Well, it looks like with just a little over a minute left in the first half, they will kick it back to the Pirates. The Pirates getting another opportunity to put some points on the board before halftime. It is just back and forth and back and forth. Very interesting.
Bradley on the return, tackle made by number 14.
A good 7-yard return from Fairhope.
First and 10, Fairhope Pirates for their own 28-yard line.
Okay, let's see what the Pirates can do with this. It looks like they'll be down around the 28-yard line.
I do believe my ears are bleeding right now from this technical malfunction, but we're still going to keep the game going.
Looks like the Pirates will have it from the 28, first and 10. A minute and 12 left in the first half. Handed off. Ran up the side. Almost breaking away. Looks like it'll be a first down for the Pirates.
First and 10, Pirates.
Another excellent run from the running back. They do have their backup quarterback in.
Very interested to see what he can do. He's definitely successful. Low snap. Thrown. Great pass. Ran to about the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Pirates.
Now, unfortunately, from the booth next to us, I did just hear they were in field goal range. So we need a little setback here from the offense, a little help from the defense.
Okay, and it looks like he's looking deep. A deep throw. Looks like it completed into the end zone. The Pirates putting up another touchdown before halftime with 41 seconds left on the clock.
So it turns out the Pirates don't even need Devin Mitchell in to throw those long balls and score the deep pass. The facet of the game that Timothy Johnson and the Warriors are lacking this game.
It's not looking too good for the Warriors here tonight. The Pirates putting up 30 points. I have a feeling it's about to be 31 before halftime. The most points scored on Davidson. And the extra point is good.
The point after is good.
What I was saying earlier, excuse me, the most points scored on Davidson this season. 31 points. Not even the region champions, McGill, put up that many points against Davidson in the entire game. Fairhope managing to put up 31.
Yeah, this game is definitely a blowout. It's a barn burner. I really hope Davidson can come back in this game. In my heart, I know they can. 21 points is not as difficult, but with the likes of Colby Blunt, it's possible. And the way the defense has been playing, their coverage has been lacking. The first part of the game, they're covering perfectly, making their tackles, not letting anyone burn them. But that is 2 plays this game where they're absolutely burnt. No question, just great plays from the wide receivers.
Well, let's see what the Warriors can do with 41 seconds left in the first half. They will get the ball. What we can all assume is going to be a touchback. Fairhope taking their time. Great kick by the Pirates right into the end zone. And that'll take the Davidson Warriors to the 20, first and 10.
Jonathan Whitfield was eager to return that, but unfortunately even he knows that kick isn't returnable.
Well, with 41 seconds left in the first half, Davidson trailing 21 points The Fairhope Pirates have managed to put up 31 points on the Davidson Warriors in the first half here tonight at Ladd.
Well, Jackson, we did say this was going to be an Alabama-Ole Miss situation, and it has indeed turned out that way. Hopefully it changes.
They'll hand it off, run up the middle, scrambling for every yard.
He's a fighter. Colby Blunt is definitely, he's scrappy, and he will get every yard he can.
Quick gain for Colby Blunt. They're taking their time, lining up, trying to wind the clock down.
20 seconds left. You don't want to risk a hurt knee or anything like that. They're just going to walk off the field and let the game clock run out for halftime.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that proceeds that'll take us to the end of the first half.
Thanks for that great countdown, Jackson.
We are going to take you down to the sidelines with Kyla Thompson.
Hopefully she has some great questions for Coach Smith.
Well, it's been a great half, Jaden. Very exciting. I don't think I can say that enough. Just back and forth. The Warriors not quite able to put up any more points on the Pirates, getting extremely close several times.
Absolutely. Capitalization is exactly what we need, and we haven't been able to do it the whole time. And it just ended up into a bloodbath for Davidson. Hopefully, Coach Smith turns us around at half, and we can get some
Let me tell you,
stuff
it
going.
feels like a very close game. It feels like that. I feel like the Warriors have been had their successes and failures. And we take you down to Kyla Thompson.
Hi, I'm Haley Turner with Miss Sarah Martin, the Academy Specialist for Davidson High School. Miss Martin, can you explain to our viewers today what the EPIC program is?
Sure. So the EPIC program is one of our signature academies. It's one of 2 academies here at Davidson that you have to apply and be accepted for, and it's also one of the 2 ways that students can get a transfer to our school. It's an engineering program where there are 3 different pathways of study: engineering, computer science, and biomedical studies.
And what opportunities do EPIC students have that non-EPIC students don't have?
So our EPIC students have the opportunity to participate in National Engineers Week, specific field trips for that group of students, and there are also internships available to them through their EPIC classes.
And is the EPIC program a unique program to Davidson?
Absolutely. The EPIC program is something that our faculty and staff came up with. We developed over time, and our first year was 2004, so we're in our 14th year of the program.
Thank you for joining me today. I'm Haley Turner with Miss Sarah Martin, the Academy Specialist from Davidson. Thank you. Hi, I'm Haley Turner with Miss Sarah Martin, the Academy Specialist for Davidson High School. Miss Martin, can you explain to our viewers today what the EPIC program is?
Sure. So the EPIC program is one of our signature academies. It's one of 2 academies here at Davidson that you have to apply and be accepted for, and it's also one of the 2 ways that students can get a transfer to our school. It's an engineering program where there are 3 different pathways of study: engineering, computer science, and biomedical studies.
And what opportunities do EPIC students have that non-EPIC students don't have?
So our EPIC students have the opportunity to participate in National Engineers Week, specific field trips for that group of students, and there are also internships available to them through their EPIC classes.
And is the EPIC program a unique program to Davidson?
Absolutely. The EPIC program is something that our faculty and staff came up with. We developed over time, and our first year was 2004, so we're in our 14th year of the program.
Thank you for joining me today. I'm Haley Turner with Miss Sarah Martin, the Academy Specialist from Davidson. Thank you.
And is an active volunteer in her neighborhood community action group. Our next freshman maid is Sky Taylor. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. John Taylor. Sky is escorted by her father, John Taylor. Sky is a member of Davidson girls basketball team, Wild Warriors, and is an honors student. Representing the sophomore class, our first sophomore maid is Lauren Lewis. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lateef Walker and Mr. LaRon Lewis. Lauren is a member of Davidson Key Club, yearbook staff, and was a freshman Epic ambassador. Our next sophomore maid is Sarita Matthews. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Matthews. Sarita is escorted by her uncle, Alphonse Chastain. Sarita is an honors student, Davidson's junior varsity cheer captain, and treasurer of the Exceptional Queens of Beauty Empowerment. Representing the junior class, our first junior maid is Jordan Ivory. She is the daughter of Mrs. Teneria Ivory and the late Trevin Hinton. Jordan is escorted by her brother, Cameron Williams. Jordan volunteers at Beginning Steps Academy Daycare, helps the elderly, and is a member of Davidson's track and field team. Our next junior maid is Amber Terry. She is the daughter of Mr. Albert Terry and Miss Angela Amos. Amber is escorted by her father, Albert Terry. Amber is a member of Davidson's Kinetics Dance Company, the Tremaine Dance Conventions Performance Company, and the STEAM Club. Representing the senior class, our first senior maid is Victoria Binkley. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Victor Binkley. Victoria is escorted by her father, Victor Binkley. Victoria is a member of the Davidson Kinetics Dance Company, Future Business Leaders of America, and the National Honor Society for Dance Arts. Victoria's future goal is to attend Florida A&M University and major in multimedia journalism. Our next senior maid is Hannah Hendricks. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Gene Hendricks. Hannah is escorted by her father, Gene Hendricks. Hannah is a member of Davidson's varsity tennis team, National Honor Society, and participates in local and international mission trips. Hannah's future goal is to attend Auburn University and to study health sciences and sports medicine. Our next senior maid is Nikki Robinson. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Brian Robinson. Nikki is escorted by her father, Brian Robinson. Nikki is Davidson's varsity cheer captain, an Epic ambassador, and a member of FBLA and Key Club. Nikki's future goal is to attend Auburn University and pursue a degree in agricultural engineering. Our last senior maid is Ryan Shields. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Justin Johnson. Ryan is escorted by Justin Johnson. Ryan represents Davidson as an Azalea Trail maid, is a member of the varsity cross country team, and is president of the International Thespian Society. Ryan's future goal is to attend Auburn University and major in education with a minor in theater. The 4 senior candidates presented to you were chosen to represent our senior class. Our principal, Mr. Richardson, will be making a special presentation. To represent our homecoming court, the student body has selected as lady-in-waiting, Nikki Robinson. And our 2018-19 homecoming queen, Victoria Binkley. Would you please join us in a round of applause for this 2018-19 homecoming court representing Davidson High School. Now please stand as the band plays our alma mater. Thank you so much to the entire court and to all the fans here tonight. The Student Council hopes everyone is enjoying Homecoming 2018-2019. Thank you for your support and enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, entering the field is the Fairhope High School Buccaneer Band. The band program has experienced a tradition of excellence both on and off the field for more than 50 years. The band is under the direction of Wayne Fillingham and Meredith Peterson. Color guard instructor is Philip Davis. The percussion instructor is DJ White. Additional staff includes Stevie Miller, Stephen Thompson, Callie Thorne, and Jordan Wood. The band president is Ann Hathaway. Vice president is Zach Miller. The band proudly presents the 2018 program entitled The Pirate Code. Musical selections include music from Symphony No. 8 by Anton Bruckner, Coming Home from the Sea from the movie The Perfect Storm, and Norwegian Pirate by Thomas Ferguson and Nick Phoenix. Drum majors, Nicholas Herboso, Edward Puckett, and Hunter Rencher. Is your band ready? On behalf of Principal John Cardwell, we proudly present the pride of the Eastern Shore, the Fairhope High School Buccaneer Band.
I'm Mr. Bearden. This is my first year back at Davidson. I was a teacher here for 15 years, and I've been an assistant principal for 5, and this is my first year back at Davidson as an assistant principal. When I got back, I noticed that the campus needed a little bit of TLC, so Coach Smith and I actually walked around campus, kind of identified some areas that needed some help. As far as flowers or just cleanup in general. And we started this thing called the Clean Campus Initiative, where our idea was to get faculty and students to just get more involved and take pride in our campus. We feel like Davidson's the best high school around, and we wanted to show that from the outside as well. So what we did was identify 10 different areas around campus. The courtyards, the front entrance, the flower boxes in the front, the flower boxes in the back, the gym area where there's a lot of shrubs that needed some TLC, and several different groups volunteered to claim those areas and take care of those areas. And then each month what we've decided to do is award an area of the month. So some of the groups that are involved are NHS, Key Club, History Club, the Special Olympics team, the computer science team, and there are a couple of other groups that are also helping those groups to clean up the different areas. Robotics, Epic has an area, the arts has an area. And so we go around each month and kind of inspect those areas and see what they've done to them. This first ever area of the month at Davidson was awarded to the Special Olympics team, who took the upstairs courtyard, put out flowers, power washed. It looks fantastic. It's really right by the front office, so it's a great place for people to come in and see Davidson and then see that we take care of our campus. It's mostly just to promote that in order to make the outside look as good as Davidson does on the inside.
Oh, welcome back. That brings us to the end of the first half. We are here to you on halftime. A very interesting first half for both the Warriors and the Pirates. Lots of turnovers, lots of back and forth. Fairhope managing to gain a substantial lead going into second half.
Absolutely, and the key part of this game is consistency, and Fairhope's had consistency, and Davidson is not, and that we really see it in the scoreline.
Yes, we can definitely tell from the scoreboard who has played better here tonight. Fairhope a little more disciplined than Davidson. They've been all around the board.
And Davidson's defense has done decent jobs at times, great jobs at times, and abysmal jobs at times. Isn't a really back and forth game for Davidson and Fairhope.
Okay, now we have for you the offensive starting lineup going into the second half.
Junior, tight end, Callaway Smith Middle School. Jaden Jordan, receiver, junior, and I played football at Phillips when I was in middle school.
Lewis Herman, senior, wide receiver, Burns Place.
Jonathan Whitfield, sophomore, running back, College Middle School.
Jalen Cotton, right tackle, senior, main company.
Jordan Morris, junior guard, Clark Shaw Mackey.
Jamal Dozier, senior, center, Callaway Smith Wildcats.
Davon Sylvester, junior left guard, Phillips Middle School.
DeAndre Moore, senior, left tackle, Phillips Prep.
Well, Jackson, there's definitely some great players in there, some key players, especially Kobe Blunt, and the whole offensive line tonight has been phenomenal. Jaden Jordan. We just had some problems with Tim Johnson's arm and receivers dropping the ball. Tim Johnson has overthrown 2 or 3 passes, and there have been 3 or 4 drops this game. The offensive consistency needs to work. We need to get better and smarter with the football.
We definitely need a better passing game going into the second half. It was struggling first half, very inconsistent, couldn't keep our hands on the ball. Threw a straight-up interception in the end zone. But we're looking up going into the second half, hoping to see a better passing game by the Davidson Warriors.
And now we're going to introduce the defensive lineup for this half.
Jason Williams, senior. I play safety, and I went to Chickasaw Middle School.
Rashard Kaiser, sophomore safety, Burns Middle School.
James Atkins, senior cornerback, Horman Raiders.
Daniel Thompson, junior, cornerback, Phillips Middle School.
Jalen Harris, middle linebacker, senior, Phillips Preparatory.
Demetrius Johnson, 33, sophomore, middle linebacker, came from Burns Middle School.
My name is Gavin Hidden. I'm a junior. I play outside linebacker, and I went to Phillips Preparatory School.
Reggie Davis, senior, outside linebacker, Indian Spring Eagles.
Jaquan Scott, senior, defensive end, Clarksville Eagles.
Carnell Sexton, nose guard, senior. I went to Burns Middle School.
Eric Bell, senior, defensive end, Indianapolis.
A great defense throughout this season. Really good. They've managed to keep the Pirates back several times, just missing, lacking on some key plays that really cost them, Davidson, some major points.
Absolutely. And the defensive line has done an amazing job of stopping the rush. But unfortunately, Fairhope is a passing-heavy team, and we just need to work on getting the passing down.
Well, while we were announcing that, the Pirates kicked it off for a touchback. The Warriors getting it at the 20, second 7. Davidson running right up the middle. Colby Blunt for a carry, about 3 yards.
Colby Blunt has a lot of carries tonight, and for a moderate amount of yards, nothing too crazy just yet. He did have one great rush, and there's also been 3, 4, 5, 6 yard rushes. Just small gains. But small gains win football games, Jackson. So
we haven't seen him have many breakaway plays. We have seen a few, but nothing we're used to seeing. He's taken down in the backfield once again. That's a loss of about 5 yards for the Warriors. Not looking too hot going into the second half.
And he just hit it with a little spin cycle action, but unfortunately, the 2 defenders brought him down. And we knew this was going to be a tough game for the Warriors, Jackson. 7-22 against the Pirates. It was always going to be a tough matchup from day one. They scheduled this game at homecoming. They knew it was going to be hard, and they got what they bargained for. They asked for it.
Well, going into the first half, we talked a lot about seeing Davidson come out explosive, having some key plays. Davidson coming out a little sluggish here at the beginning of second half, not making a lot of yards. Looks like they'll have to bring out the special teams, kick it once again. Joseph Montano kicking from about the 20-yard line.
Coach Sean Smith is really showing a lot of distrust in Timothy Johnson's arm right now. That was a 3rd and 14 situation, and he elected to run the football. Not a questionable call with Colby Blunt, but it makes you wonder what he thinks about Tim. We all know Tim's a leader on this young team, but leaders win football games in the mind of the players, but leaders of their quarterback needs to perform at a level of leadership.
Joseph Montano with the kick, down to about the 50. Fair catch it.
We've seen a lot of fair catches tonight on the punts.
We might have seen one return this entire game. Not seeing a lot of returns. Fair catches. Not a lot of actions on special teams as we're looking forward to going into this game.
Exactly. And dealing with the high school players, high school punters aren't that advanced. You might see a couple college punters here and there, but usually you'll see a kicker play punter. And they really don't have the punting form to get 60, 70 yards, so you won't see a lot of returns for high school.
Running out wide for the Pirates. Almost breaking away. Taken down by his, looks like almost his shoestrings.
Oh.
A gain of about 10 yards.
No kidding there, Jackson. That was Jaquan Scott with a takedown. Luckily, grabbed him by the leg and just pulled him down.
First down for the Pirates. That brings them to the 37, yard line. 1st and 10. Looks like they'll run it up the middle. Taken down at the line of scrimmage. Davidson managing to contain the Pirates.
Absolutely eaten by Shamar Lewis. Excellent read from the senior linebacker. And he pushed the gap, saw the running back was in hand the ball, and it worked perfectly.
Hopefully Davidson can maintain containing the Pirates such as they did. They could really use that going into the second half.
Davis' defense is coming out strong this half, which is exactly what they need.
Run out wide by the quarterback.
Another story of this game is that the quarterback, Devin Mitchell, got hurt in the first quarter, or first half, pardon me, and his replacement came in and has doing an excellent job too, Jackson.
He looks like an exact copy. Let me tell you, he's running. He's solid passes so far. We haven't seen him throw anything major. Handing it off a little more than his starter. But we have not seen this Fairhope offense lack at all since having the second string in.
A little interesting. It's Riley Leonard.
Looks like he'll run it again. Field is clear in front of him. First down. Going for the touchdown. Not quite making it. Stop to the 15-yard line.
Riley Leonard, a sophomore, is rushing all over the Davidson Warriors today. They must have blunted their speed or something because they aren't showing the explosiveness we saw against Baker.
Davidson, like I said earlier, very sluggish in the second quarter. Morale is low. They need some sort of motivation going into the rest of the second half to really get them the boost they need and hopefully get some points on the board.
And a turnover here for Fairhope would be phenomenal for Davidson. And that's
it looks like they'll hand it out wide for a gain of about 3 yards.
Excellent tackle again. The linebackers really try to find the ball and hit the running back as fast as they can. And that's football. I mean, we say that a lot. You know, football is a simple game. Find the ball, hit the guy, and we see that a lot tonight from the defense.
2nd and 10 for the Pirates at the 15.
We see a wide receiver lineup, and Rashard Kaiser, the safety, has to go cover him. So we might see a little lax in coverage from the defensive backs here.
This will be a little tight if he's looking to throw it, and it looks like they'll run it out wide. Flag on the play. Looks like an injured player, a Warrior, down on the field. He'll get up, no problem.
The injured player is Alex Dials. We don't know what he's injured. He looks like he's in pain, but he looks like he's not hurt. It looks like another groin injury, as we saw from Eric Bell against Baker. You know, those aren't fun, Jackson.
Davidson and groin injuries. That's the second one we've seen this season. Haven't seen too many in previous seasons, so I don't know what it is, but these guys need some better cups.
A little helmet on a private part action does not bode well.
Well, that'll push the Pirates back to the 30-yard line. 2nd and over 10, about over 15. It looks like he'll throw it deep. Caught. That'll bring them down to the 5. Great play by the Pirates.
The young Charles Caver, a junior, he didn't turn his back. He didn't notice where the ball was coming from, and he couldn't properly cover the receiver. And that is honestly the sad truth about the Davidson Warriors secondary tonight. It's been playing good, and it's been playing awful. There have been 2 cases, 2 sets of plays all night. Good plays and bad plays, and that was an awful play.
They're just allowing too many big plays by the Pirates. It looks like they'll try and run it up the middle, squeezing that last touchdown. Not quite making it. Taken down within the 5.
Davidson knows they need to stop here. Timothy Johnson knows what he needs to do to come out on the field and produce again. Colby Blunt needs to come and produce again. We have to come on the field and strike back.
2nd and 3 for the Pirates. They still have plenty of opportunities to punch it in for one more touchdown. Add to the many they already have. Looks like they'll rush. Quick offense you can see on that play. Not sure if there's any gain.
This could be a key 3rd down stop. We really need this stop, Jackson.
Now, if anything, the Pirates can bring out their kicker, hopefully to put up an easy 3 points.
I mean, I think as a collective group, we can just agree that this kicker is automatic from that range, Jackson. I mean, was that 4 yards?
They'll run it up the middle again, and it looks like they got it. Straight through. Touchdown, the Fairhope Pirates.
We're over here talking about the kicker. We don't even need to. We even watch the kicking field goal.
The only thing he'll be kicking tonight is extra points. Not looking too good for the Warriors. 37-10. The Warriors trailing by 27. What looks to be 28 as they bring the kicker out on the field. And the kick is good. Fairhope Pirates 28, the Davidson Warriors 10, with a little over 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Another interesting point in the game is that the sophomore quarterback they replaced, Devin Mitchell, has done an outstanding job, and we can see more of him in the future. Next 2 years might be Fairhope's 2 years. They might make it deep playoff runs against McGill and Auburn High School, and they might even make a state championship with this quarterback.
Well, they are definitely doing very well against the Warriors. The Warriors being a top contender in their region. The Pirates definitely holding, more than holding their own. They are, I would almost say, dominating this game. Now, they are a little sloppy on their offense. They are giving up some plays. Some key penalties push them back very far, but they regain those yards. And they've had a lot of major plays.
And, you know, the tough loss to Theodore last week, 17-10. I guess they just put fuel on the fire because they're not looking back. They're looking to the future and looking at this win tonight.
Well, they are certainly close to it.
Davidson has to come up with some great offensive possessions right now, right here. And if they don't start, then we might be in trouble, Jackson.
Now, I mentioned earlier, I'll mention for our returning viewers, 2 years ago, the Davidson Warriors against Jackson managed to score 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of a game to win their homecoming game. Let's hope they can pull out the same scenario with quite a few more touchdowns
Only a
against
little bit more.
the Fairhope Pirates.
Only double the amount of touchdowns, but it's not impossible.
Well, they definitely have plenty of time to do so as they get ready to take the kick.
And the great thing about Davidson is no matter what, the student section never fizzles out. We are down by 28 points. Tough game for the Warriors, and the student section is still cheering on their team like we're up 28 points.
It is still going strong. Fairhope Pirates ready to take the kick. Davidson looking to finally return one. Hopes are not high. It'll be a touchback for the Warriors. 1st and 10 from the 20. 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, that might be the 10th touchback we've seen tonight for both teams, Jackson. And I would love to see more special teams games, but I think it's impossible at this point. The two kickers are way too good for either team.
I definitely don't think we're going to see much of that. Going through the rest of this game, I'm looking for miraculous plays by Davidson. I want to see lots of yards in a very short period of time. I think we're going to see a lot more passing, just like we did runs up the side to about the 33. 1st down for the Warriors.
A great halfback screen. You can see Colby Blunt had a little pre-snap movement, which led to the defense kind of reading it early and the defensive backs being able to cover. Unlike if he would have done it after the snap, they would have had a little bit less time to recover, and he might have had a bigger gain. But who knows?
Let's hope the Warriors can get in a little groove here. They did come out sluggish on the first drive. Hopefully to just delay them a little bit. Come back on this one, second drive of this half strong. It looks like they'll hand it off to Colby Blunt. Looks like he almost falls.
Just tripped
over
up.
the lineman.
Probably by an offensive lineman's feet, defensive lineman's feet. There's a lot of big bodies in there.
Definitely is. That'll bring us to 2nd and 6 for the Warriors from the 37-yard line. They're looking to make it into positive territory.
This is the best offensive possession they've had in 4 or 5 drives. The last 3 have been 3 and outs, and the other 2 just fizzled out to be nothing. So,
Handed off to Colby Blunt once again. Breaks through the middle. Breaks away. Finally breaking into positive territory. A great play by the Warriors. First down at Fairhope's 49.
great play by Colby Blunt. Excellent blocking by the offensive line for opening up the holes. Now we're seeing some of that quality Davidson offense that we've seen all year.
I think we can see Davidson march down the field now. Colby Blunt making some more key yards, looking like what could be another first down. And it was consistent first downs for the Warriors in this drive. Looking to come back and score, put some points on the board. High snap, hands it off to Colby Blunt, runs again, scrambles in the middle, gain of about 3 yards.
We're seeing a lot of ground pound game in the second half, Jackson. Colby's just been repeatedly pounding the middle of the field with his linebackers and defensive linemen, which is exactly what you want to do.
Now, I really think Davidson should avoid getting into a groove and getting predictable, handing it off to Colby Blunt every play. You can see they're starting to slow down a little bit. The Pirates predicting their plays. I think they need to pass it out wide a little bit. If
there might be an injured Pirate on the field.
And it looks like he'll be fine.
He was just slow to get up.
Okay, let's see if Davidson can complete this drive with 3 and 1. Punch that last little first down to revive this drive, and it looks like they'll take a timeout.
Timeout, Pirates.
That'll be on the Pirates.
At this point, Davidson needs to score, Jackson. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Davidson needs to put 7 points on the board. I don't think 3 points are going to be enough here. It's got to be a touchdown.
They are going to need to consistently score every drive from here on out if they want to be successful in the rest of this game. I mean, they absolutely need to have good momentum every drive and take advantage of every play if they want to still be contenders.
No, halfway, 3 quarters through the third quarter, it's not looking for Davidson. They did stop the Pirates from scoring. No, they get 1 touchdown, but they waste a lot of time with it, which is not something you want to do this far down. If we waste a lot of time, that gives your offense less time to score, and that's just not good because we need 4 touchdowns.
Well, I think it's a little time management here. They want to score, but they also don't want to give the Pirates much time offensively with the ball because, as they've shown, they can be very lethal. It's just time management, I think, is the way they need to play it. Fairhope obviously ready for the run.
A blitz.
Looks like they'll hand it off. Not much yards. Managed to get the first down. First down, Davidson Warriors. That's the play to revive this drive here. As it's 1st and 10 at the 26.
An excellent job by Shaw Smith with the great play calling.
Hand it off again. Breaks away down the field, and it looks like it'll be a touchdown for the Davidson Warriors. This is the motivation they have needed going into the second half to really get in a groove and start putting points consistently on the board.
And what I love about that touchdown is, Jackson, not only can Colby Blunt run the football extremely well, we have a sophomore, Jonathan Whitfield, who might be just as good as Colby Blunt when he gets to be a senior. We see the young Jonathan Whitfield score an excellent touchdown, showing off his speed to be in the defensive backs.
I ask you this, how many times do you think we threw it on that drive?
I think maybe once. Maybe once early. Maybe once early.
Davidson consistently runs it up the middle, out wide, every play, and still manages to get down the field and score touchdowns. I think there's something to be said about that.
You know, Jackson, we did throw it once. It was a halfback screen to Colby Blunt to the right side. So even when we throw it, it still goes to Colby Blunt.
To Colby Blunt. Well, it looks like the Pirates will get the ball with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. The Warriors slowly closing that gap with 17 points to the Fairhope 38.
we did an interview with Coach Smith earlier this year, and we asked him a question of, how are you going to lead this team to victory? And he said, give the ball to the hands of your playmakers, of Colby Blunt and Timothy Johnson. And he is definitely working on giving the ball to Colby Blunt, and it has worked out for Davidson.
Who I think we could really use going into the second half of this second half, who we've not seen a lot tonight, is Jaden Jordan. I think if we can get the ball to him, then we could be very effective offensively.
Absolutely. If we can get our passing game working, I definitely think we could come back. But Fairhope's passing game is unstoppable. Right now, I would even make the comparison that it is equivalent to Alabama's passing game. Their quarterbacks, like Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, or Devin Mitchell, and the young sophomore, have really been the workhorse for this team. No matter what,
Montano with the kick.
No matter what,
short.
The
Davidson,
quarterbacks.
it looks like attempting to have an onside. One of the first return kicks this game. Fairhope Pirates getting the ball, taking it down to the 44. It was quite in the middle there. You couldn't really tell if it was just a completely shanked kick or an attempt at an onside kick.
I think Coach Sean Smith has been doing his research, and he knew the player he was going to kick an onside kick to Jackson, and he found that player. He told Joe, hey, kick it toward this offensive line that's going to block for him. Let's see if he can catch the ball.
Well, let's see if the Warriors can hold the Pirates back, as they did give them some fairly good field position. Pirates tossing it out wide, running it up the sideline. Looks like it'll be a first down for the Pirates.
Another great open field tackle for Davidson secondary. We see a lot of those tonight.
Definitely is. Pirates managing to break away almost every play. It is not looking too good for the Davidson Warriors. Their defense is just slowly degrading throughout the game.
It's just stamina, Jackson. The defense, especially the defense, tires out. It's not because they're not conditioned. It's not because they haven't conditioned a lot. It's just that they just tire. Football's a tiring sport. It does wonders to your body. It just, I wonder why football is even legal. Sometimes some of the stuff it does. Concussions and just broken bones and stuff. It's just a lot of extreme.
The Pirates run it up the middle again to the 40-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 6 for the Pirates.
A little movement from the tight end.
Looking to run it, taken down in the backfield. Amazing rush by the Davidson Warriors.
Absolutely great tackle by Alex Dials.
I mean, he came out. I have no idea who was supposed to cover him, but they definitely were not doing their job.
You know, we have 3 great linebackers with Jalen Harris, Demetrius Johnson, and Alex Dials. I think we're going down to Kyla Thomas on the sideline.
Well, it looks like the Pirates were taking out wide. The Warriors finally been able to hold them steady. Looks like they'll be forced to kick.
A minute left in the third quarter. This is not what you want to see from the Davidson Warriors. Yes, we did get a clutch score, but we had to make a clutch stop on defense too.
Looks like they'll pin them back once again. Most likely a touchback.
Absolutely shanks it. He pulled a Baker field goal kicker on that one, didn't he?
At around the 35. They're just taking turns. The kickers here tonight.
Well, see, we've seen a lot of great special team stuff, but there's great, and then there's really, really bad, and that was really, really bad.
That might have given Davidson the opportunity they need to go down the field and score. First and 10 for the Warriors.
Still under center. Hopefully everything goes well for the Davis offense. Sean Smith is livid on the field.
Okay, let's see what Tim Johnson can do. Taking their time lining up with 52 seconds. A minute left in the third quarter.
The referees finally decide, hey, I think it's time to play football now.
Immediately darting it out wide. Colby Blunt barely able to keep his hands on it. Runs it up the side, breaking tackle after tackle, breaking into positive yards just past the 50-yard line. Great play by the Warriors. Tim Johnson throwing it a little behind Colby Blunt there. Him clearly struggling to keep his hands on it. Had to double back a little bit, but he managed to turn that play into positive yards.
There's a problem with Colby Blunt on the sideline. He took a hard hit there, and he's kind of hobbling. Hopefully, no.
They'll hand it up the middle again. Breaks away, breaking tackle after tackle for a gain of about 6 yards. Consistent plays by Davidson. Really coming out aggressive. We didn't think they would. After the first drive, they were looking a little sluggish, looking just demoralized. But really showing us that they still got some fight left in them.
They're definitely showing heart, Jackson. And that's all you can ask for in a football team is heart and dedication.
30 seconds left. Quick throw out wide. Breaking tackle. Up to the 35. He is shoved out of bounds by the Pirates.
Another excellent pass by Tim Johnson. I think Tim Johnson kind of found a groove here. He hasn't been making the deep passes, but he's been making great passes and getting the ball to his receivers.
1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 34-yard line. They're getting dangerously close to the end zone. Hands it off, runs right up the middle. Got up to about the 29 or 30.
And Jonathan Whitfield with a rush.
And that winds us down to the end of the third quarter. And we will take you down to Kyla Thomas on the sideline. Back, you can see the beginning of the fourth quarter. Davidson Warriors marching down the field, gotten down to the 39-yard line. Big plays by the Warriors in the second half.
Absolutely, a great drive they're producing. Unfortunately, with the help of Colby Blunt, but recently without the help of Colby Blunt, as he is out with a kind of calf, not sprain, but it's hurting for him. He's either stretching and walking it off. He looks like he's ready to come back in the game. I guess he's just trying to find the right time to.
Well, the Warriors are lining up. And it looks like a timeout was called. Most likely the Pirates.
Looks like Coach Sean Smith is trying to rally the troops here and trying to make them produce a great offense possession. Because, Jackson, if they score here, they have, depending on how fast they score, how fast they get stops, but they have the potential to come back and win this football game.
They definitely do. They've shown they're still fighting to stay in it in that previous drive. The Warriors really resorting to some quick outside throws. I mean, play after play after play. That replaced their handing it up to Colby Blunt and running up the middle.
They're really running through their running backs. I mean, every play has to be through the running back at this point. The wide receivers have been proven unreliable this whole game with the drop passes. And Tim Johnson's been overthrowing some of them. It's just the passing game has been way off tonight. It has not been where you would want it to be.
Well, the Warriors are a little spread here. Let's see if they'll throw the ball. And it looks like they will. Throw out wide, dropped. Once again, clearly frustrated he can't get his hands on the ball.
I couldn't get the words out of my mouth fast enough, could I, Jackson? Another drop ball. The second of the night by Lewis Herman.
I mean, he was just infuriated when he dropped that. I mean, he just went dancing down the sideline.
The tensions run high. Davis is a competitive team, and they know what they have to do to win. But dropping passes, you kind of feel like you fail somebody when you drop a pass. It's never something you want to do.
It's one of the most frustrating things. Looks like they'll hand it off once again. Short gain.
Looks like Colby Blunt felt comfortable enough to get back in the game, and Coach Shaw Smith to give him the go-ahead, run a 3-yard run.
No gain on the play. First down.
Those are not the big yards we've been seeing recently from the Warriors, but they are yards nonetheless. So we're hopeful that they can finish out this drive.
It is
with a
4th down,
touchdown.
and they're going for it.
Fourth
This might
and-
be the play of the game, Jackson. This will have to be, they'll have to convert.
4th and 5. A little risky here. Really interested to see what the Warriors pull out for this one. And it looks like they'll throw it to Colby Blunt. Runs it up the side and could not quite get there, just breaking the line of scrimmage.
Johnson's pass complete to number 31.
Unfortunately, nowhere near the first down marker. We will see the defense take the field, and we will see Fairhope work on some time management skills. Do not give Davidson back the ball, Jackson. I will see their
They're
quarterback.
definitely going to stall for the majority of this drive. With only 11 minutes left in this game,
We definitely need one of those defensive touchdowns we've seen all year.
the Warriors could definitely use an interception, a big defensive play. We haven't seen, there was one previous major play by the defense in this game, turnover. But we have not seen as many as we usually do this season.
From their own 29-yard line.
11 minutes left in this game. Fairhope Pirates have scored 38 points up on the board. The Davidson Warriors trailing, just putting up 17.
We do see a penalty on the offense.
Pirates being pushed back to the 23rd yard line. The Warriors definitely needing up everything they can get. Taken down in the backfield, a great play by the Warrior defense, pushed back to the 15.
That was a little shovel option for the offense. Quarterback run. If you're about to get hit, toss it back to the running back. Unfortunately, did not work for Fairhope.
He couldn't quite get past the line of scrimmage there, doubling back farther and farther behind in the backfield. Let's see if they can recover this. First and 15. No. Second 25, excuse me. Looking to throw it. Throws it right up the middle. Taken down at the 26. Consistent yards by the Pirates.
That pass was almost blocked by the referee on that one. A little close call for Fairhope, but good game.
The Pirates flexing their passing game a little bit here. Almost showing off to the Warriors, hey, I can get the ball down the field without using our running backs.
Joe Montano is actually practicing onside kicks on the sideline just in case they get back on the field.
Warrior defense definitely pressuring the quarterback. Still manages to get a pass off down at around the 34.
We will most likely see a punt here. No need to go for it.
4th down and 3 yards to go for the Pirates from their own 35-yard line.
3rd and 13 for the Pirates. Excuse me.
We do see Colby Blunt return this punt. Hopefully he gets to return it all the way.
4th and 4. Excuse me. Let me tell you, these scoreboards are not accurate. Looks like they'll kick it. Relatively short for what we've been seeing tonight. Carter around the 21. Looks like a Warriors down on the field. vital points up on the board. So I'm really looking for them to scramble. Pass out wide. Lewis Herman finally able to get his hands on the ball with a quick run up the side. He's excited.
Absolutely. Great catch by Lewis Herman, the senior. Very tall senior, in fact.
His second catch tonight.
Johnson's pass complete to 86. Herman.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 33. They'll hand it off. Pushing for every yard. 2 yards gained. Colby Blunt having to fight for both of them.
Colby Blunt's yards after contact must be extremely high. I mean, breaking a defender in the backfield and then just getting 3 or 4 yards after breaking the defender. So he's just phenomenal in the rushing game, every game.
The Warriors tossing it out wide once again. Low throw. Couldn't quite get there.
A little unfortunate by Kyle Graham, not knowing the rule that if you get down, you cannot get back up and run. That is you can't even do that in college. That's purely an NFL thing, and he honestly should have let the ball go because he led it to a loss of 6 yards. I mean,
well, it looks like he got his hands on the ball. He just dropped as soon as he caught it. That'll push the Warriors back. Not looking too good. 3rd and 14 here for the Warriors, looking for a strong 3rd down offense. Looking deep. Throwing it up the sideline. Extremely overthrown. Sad to say, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, another overthrow by Tim Johnson. You know, he is a high school quarterback, but trying to compete at the 7A Region 1 varsity level for Mobile County, it's hard, but you have to produce so much offense, so much defense, that overthrow like that week after week is just not acceptable for a quarterback.
He's really just got to know where his receivers are, pay attention to where they are. I think reading the field is a problem that Davidson has on the offense. Tim Johnson really needs to learn to maintain or to keep tabs on his receivers, essentially, during the play.
Yeah,
because he really can. He overthrows the ball.
He needs to know the limitations of his own receivers. I mean, there's not a lot they can do, and they definitely can't get to that ball.
Well, let's look. Joseph Montano brought out on the field with 7 minutes left to go in this game. They will kick it off to the Pirates. Short kick down to the 35. Up to the 40, 45, 50. Running it all the way down. Taken down at the 25.
Joseph Montano, the kicker, with a huge hit in the open field to stop the touchdown.
Punt return by number 8, Bradley.
Great play by Joseph Montano, really taking initiative and stopping that. Not looking too good. Pirates looking to wind down the clock. They're going to take their time, trying to give Davidson the least amount of time as possible.
Yeah, no need to get back to the offense just yet. Just trying to work their magic and just win the football game.
Pirates looking to the sideline. Looks like they're ready to go. Nice snap, handed off, almost taken down to the backfield, faked for a throw.
The pass is
incomplete pass.
A little trickery there from Fairhope. Faked the run, and hey, it got me. I was looking at the running back the whole time too, so I know there's a ball flying up in there, and I had no idea what was going on.
I thought he was about to get taken down in the backfield, and then I see the ball flying across the field.
And that tells you that Fairhope is crafty. Their coach is experienced. Used to coach at Auburn High School, head coach, which, as we know, is the team that knocked off Davidson in the playoffs last year. Their coach is experienced, and they know what he knows what he's doing.
Davidson really pressuring the quarterback. Manages to get a throw off, and it looks like he'll get another touchdown. Couldn't quite get there. Taken down at about the 1. I mean, just tapped out of bounds.
Another hard hit from Davidson's secondary. Davidson's defense, it hasn't been the same defense we've seen all year, Jackson. Even against McGill, when the offense wasn't producing anything at all.
Now, let me tell you, they are putting serious pressure on this quarterback.
Yeah, Jalen Harris on the defensive line is doing an amazing job of putting pressure on the quarterback, but
run it up the middle for another touchdown.
The defensive backs aren't doing an amazing job on containing the receivers.
The Pirates strengthening their lead into the last few minutes of this game.
I think it's fair to say, Jackson, that the Davidson Warriors are beating this game. And the biggest takeaways from the game are we need to pass the football better. And, we need to find a way to contain quarterbacks like Devin Mitchell and the young sophomore from Fairhope.
Well, the Fairhope Pirates managing to score 45 to Davidson's 17 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. There is still plenty of time for Davidson to put up some final points, or possibly the Pirates strengthen their lead even further.
So, Jackson, if you had to name a player of the game, would you think it was Devin Mitchell or Riley Leonard, the young sophomore?
I definitely think it will be Leonard. He's been phenomenal this game. Very successful.
It's definitely one of the quarterbacks that played. It's just picking one is it's hard. Both played phenomenal games. Devin Mitchell got the lead early, kept the lead, and Riley Leonard did not come in and just he did not lay down for a sophomore. He said, "I'm gonna prove why I deserve to start," and he showed it. He showed that he did amazing, and it depends on the severity of Devin Mitchell's injury. Hopefully, he will be playing next week, starting for Fairhope. But I think Fairhope's in good hands with Riley Leonard.
Let me tell you, I can't even tell a difference between that offense. Same style of quarterback, able to run it, can throw it. They're handing it off plenty. They're doing a combination of everything, and I really think that's what the Warriors need to work on, is diversifying their playbook, being able to throw it down the field, and being able to have other playmakers to rely on other than Colby Blunt.
They're only using the run playbook, and they definitely need some more plays other than passing it to Colby and running it with Colby.
Looks like the Pirates get ready to kick it off. 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game.
And number 21, Jonathan Woodfield.
We're definitely going to see a touchback here, Jackson, as usual for this kicker.
Deep, all the way to the end zone. You guessed it right. Touchback, Davidson Warriors. 1st and 10 at the 20.
1st and 10, Davidson Warriors from their own 20-yard line.
Well, I'm very interested to see how the Davidson Warriors come back in one of the final drives of this game. I'd like to see them come out and still have motivation getting down the field, the same motivation they've had throughout this second half. Excuse me. But you can never tell.
Jonathan Whitfield's coming out instead of Colby Blunt at halfback.
Looks like they'll pass it out wide. Once again, taken down to the backfield. The Pirates reading that play perfectly. Davidson's played it more times than I can count throughout this game.
That is Kyle Graham's second mistake of the night. The senior wide receiver missed another block, led to a loss in yards after catching the football for a loss of 6 yards. It's just not his night, is it, Jackson?
No, it is not. It's not looking too hot for the Warriors either. They're pushed back. Another 5 yards, 2nd and 15. Looks like they'll hand it off, runs right up the middle, just enough to regain those 5 yards. That'll bring the Davidson Warriors back to where the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Well, even if you just joined us, then you just saw the majority of the game right there. A flag or a loss of yards for Davidson, and then a run to get the yards back, and then a 3rd and long situation.
Well, let's see if the Warriors can continue this game. Looks like they're running out wide. Breaks away. 1st down. Jonathan Whitfield getting all the way up to the 36. Solid run, solid gain of yards with a little over 5 minutes left in the
Speaking of sophomores replacing seniors, Jackson, Jonathan Whitfield's having himself a second half too.
He's definitely trying to run his numbers up.
Definitely trying to concrete that spot for running back next year.
Looks like they'll fake the handoff. Tim will run it out wide, attempt to flick it out behind him. Could not quite get it there. The receiver dropped it. I mean, even in the flick, even running out wide, flicking it behind him to the receiver, he couldn't keep his hands on it.
Yet again, it was Kyle Graham again. The second mistake of this drive. Third mistake of the game. And if you want to call that a pass, then it's the 5th drop pass of the game. 5 drop passes that's unacceptable from any. I know middle school teams, coaches who would be bad for 5 drop passes.
Davidson struggling to even complete flea flickers. They run it up the middle again, taken down in the backfield. It looks like they might be forced yet again to kick it with about 4.5 minutes left in this game.
It looks like some players from Davidson have accepted defeat and they've given up, which is never a good thing. And it's honestly, to know that there's so many students out here tonight, even now, at the end of the game, there's homecoming tomorrow, there's school tomorrow. If you're
Tim
going,
Johnson looking deep. Extremely overthrown once again. About 4 or 5 yards there and ahead of Jaden Jordan, who is, I don't think, managed to get his hands on the ball twice tonight. 4 minutes left in this game. The Warriors struggling, bringing their special teams on for the.
It's been a hard-fought game, Jackson. I mean, I guess the Warriors, they couldn't just find the drive. They couldn't find the offensive possessions to win. Fairhope had no problem finding offensive possessions, and that's what won the game.
Looking for Joseph Montano to pin them deep.
One of his best kicks.
Down to the 15.
Takes an excellent bounce.
Bounces all the way down to the end zone. Great kick by Joseph Montano.
That was a phenomenal high school kick. You usually don't see a kick that good in high school, Jackson. And knowing that Joseph Montano has that in his locker moving forward, it'll be great to utilize that.
It definitely will. The Pirates offense will take the field.
The unstoppable Pirates offense. They've been
They have been unstoppable. They got in a groove early in the first quarter, and they have not gotten out of it so far. Able to break away and score.
They've been plundering the passing yards this game, not letting anything slide from Davidson's defense.
It looks like they'll hand it off, run it up the middle. They're looking to waste as much time as possible. With about 3.5 minutes left in this game, they're going to run it up the middle, take their time setting back up, run it up the middle once again, get just enough yards to keep this drive going.
See a little substitution on the defense. Daniel Thompson's going to come back in after that groin injury earlier.
That devastating groin injury. It's been plaguing the Davidson Warriors this season. Pirates taking their time.
They're going to run out all the clock they can. No need to waste a play. No need to waste energy.
Looks like they'll snap it at the last second. Hand it off. Gain of about 3 yards. That winds it down to 3 minutes left in the game. Warriors band attempting to keep their fans hyped up. Very lively music.
And they've been playing all night. They've been going strong.
The student section still very excited. Very much filled.
A lot of seniors out here tonight. You know, it's last homecoming game. They're going to come represent the Warriors the best they can.
Pirates lining up for the snap. Hand it off once again. Taken down in the backfield. Davidson Warriors definitely expecting that play. They're looking to stop these Pirates as soon as they get their hands on the ball. That'll bring the Pirates down to 4. They'll bring their special teams out to hopefully kick it deep. Maybe we can see, looks like the Warriors could definitely attempt to return a kick here.
Yeah, we're the last 2 minutes of this game. And down, 28 points again? It's going to be tough, Jackson. I know I was saying nothing's impossible, but I think this is as close as it gets, Jackson, as possible.
Well, we're looking for Jonathan Whitfield. No, excuse me, not Jonathan Whitfield. We're looking to return this kick, hopefully for a touchdown.
It is Corian Westry, who looks like, oh, maybe we might see a little sub. It was Corian Westry looking to return it.
There's
another sophomore.
Davidson will receive this ball with 1.5 minutes left in the game. Enough time to hopefully get down the field and score. We'll have to see. As the Pirates finally take the field.
With 1.5 minutes left, the Pirates are going to punt the ball to Corian Westry, the sophomore.
Short punt. Scooped up, attempted to run. Runs farther and farther back. Chased into the backfield. Down at about the 35. Doesn't look too excited about that.
Oh, he's injured. And this one looks bad.
Have the athletic trainers out on the field talking to him. Hopefully nothing too bad. It would be a shame to get injured.
Especially the young sophomore this late in the game. And especially, he was trying to go for the glory. He was trying to return home a punt. Try to maybe possibly get some Davidson offense started up again.
A little less than 1.5 minutes as everyone on the field takes a knee.
Both sides respectful. Now, even after the blowout tonight, I still believe in respect and sportsmanship, Jackson. I think both sides have been extremely respectful and supportive of not only their teammates, but, they haven't been bad-mouthing. I don't think they haven't been – it looked like this wasn't an Iron Bowl rivalry. This looked like just a game that they're out there to have fun. That they know, hey, this is our senior season, sophomore season, junior season. We're here to have fun. We're here to play football and not here to fight each other. And, that's all you can ask for in a football game, really, and a good scoreline. And we definitely got the good scoreline tonight, 45-17. So,
and it looks like he remains on the field. Taking his time. Well, this will give the Warrior offense time to recover a little bit, get back on the field. A little extra time.
Yeah, we don't know how long. Oh, he's getting up.
And it looks like he will walk off the field with assistance. Great sight to see.
He looks like he's barely using his left leg.
The Davidson offense finally ready to take the field.
Fortunately, the sophomore's okay. They're clearing the way. And the leader, Reggie Davis, is waiting on the sideline for him to see if he was okay. Great leadership from the Davidson Warriors. You have to respect the seniors out here. They haven't given up. They continue to play. Unfortunately, the scoreline isn't what they wanted it to be, but this is a learning game. You can learn from this.
Hey, listen.
And come back
the
and
game
play.
doesn't work out, there's always the dance. Okay, I guarantee you every student in that student section is standing there right now watching this game wind down, thinking about I'm going to have the time of my life tomorrow night at the Davidson High School homecoming.
Absolutely, Jackson. And it's just, a big part of homecoming is a football game. And I think every student here, if you're a football fan, they weren't disappointed. But if you're a strictly Warriors fan, then there's kind of some disappointment left on the table. But to go from 21-0 against McGill, another Region 1 school, to go from 45-17 against yet another Region 1 school in Fairhope, it's kind of demoralizing for the rest of the season, especially with a new coach. We're working on unity and stuff, and as a team we should
on the
produce.
clock. They hand it off, runs right up the middle, almost breaks away, just short of the 50. First down, Davidson Warriors. 30 seconds left on the clock for them to possibly get down the field and score yet another touchdown.
In the last 34 seconds of the game, they recently just put Jaden Jordan at quarterback. I know Timothy Johnson. He's a leader, and he just wants the best for his teammates. So I'm sure he's not being extremely selfish down on the sideline.
Let's see. It's a snap.
That is definitely an offside, as you see number 64 on the defense charging through the line. And he just didn't stop until he was like halfway to the quarterback. He's like, oh, well, maybe the ball wasn't snapped yet.
The Davidson Warriors getting a little boost up to in positive territory, down to the 48. 11. Just short of 10 seconds left to go in this game. Have maybe 2 more plays left. And it looks like that'll wind us down to the end of this game. The Fairhope Pirates 45, the Davidson Warriors trail 17 at the final.
And definitely blew up their model of defense and offense and everything. They proved that they are a contender for the playoffs and definitely for Region 1. And Davidson, some takeaways you need to take from this game are better offensive consistency and just trying to get better at passing and playing defense against wide receivers.
Well, yes, it was definitely a hard-fought game. Davidson Warriors coming out fairly strong, took the lead early, and just weren't able to keep it. Like we said, they really needed to maintain that lead throughout this game if they wanted to win. They just weren't able to do that. But it was a very hard-fought game, and we look forward to next week.
Absolutely, Jackson. We got a couple good games next week in here. Fairhope has a bye week next week, so they're going to the bye week with a bunch of momentum against a Region 1 school. And then we'll meet you back here in 2 weeks with the Warrior Built Network. I'm Jaden Gainey.
And I'm Jackson Kraft. Have a wonderful night.